Good morning, everyone. I'm really happy to be here today with you. I'm Perrine Leroy. I work at the School of Engineering and Management in Yverdon-les-Bains as a scientific collaborator. And with a team from the University of Applied Science in Western Switzerland, we create a virtual escape game for bachelor's and master's students, and especially in the context of a finance course. So just before I begin, I really like you to know that this is a project that is a work in progress. So I'm happy to present you our work, our game to you, but if it seems like it's incomplete, it's totally normal because we came with the work we have done so far. So the project aims to turn a classic exercise into a serious game. So that's a good point because it's the theme of the conference here. And evaluate the extent to which it's more appreciated and efficient for the students to review an exercise or an exam. More concretely, the project aims to digitize an existing or not exercise in the form of a virtual escape game, which can give the student an idea of the skills they have acquired. So here you can see our creative process. So I really want to remind you that this is a prototype now. So of course, in the second part, we need to develop the methodology because right now we just think about how to say that, like by instinct. So we've done it without real methodology, we need to work on that. In blue, you can see what we have done concretely in our context. The most important thing to keep in mind is that we want to create a game, like a teaching tool that is accessible to teachers without the need of specific knowledge in web development. We are not developers, we are not engineers, so it was really useful for us. It's kind of turnkey, I don't know if I can use this expression in this context, but a turnkey game, a turnkey tool that can be adapted to the course of each teacher for each level, for each kind of students, like from primary school to high school to master and bachelor. We would like the teacher to simply imagine the exercise, imagine the scenario, take some picture, and then implement it into the model without to care about the development, the web development process. Honestly, we don't know how to do it exactly. We don't know if it's possible, how it's possible. So the next step for us is to think how to do it concretely, and we are gonna think about that with our own web developer. So see you next year and see if it was possible. Here, this is the test condition because obviously we created the game like 1 month ago, tested 2 weeks ago with students. It was students from a Master in Innovation and Product and Business Development from the University of Applied Science. And it was teams, 10 teams from 1 to 3 students because they were kind of free to choose the way they wanted to do, because it can be a game that you do individually or in group. And they've done it at home. We were able to collect some feedback after they test the game. And it's like really simple feedback because we were like a bit in a rush. So the next step is also to investigate the explanation, because like that it's really poor explanation on why they appreciate it, why they didn't appreciate it. So we really need to investigate and make some qualitative interview with the students in order to evaluate the interest or not of this kind of virtual escape game, and in order for us to be more prepared for the next version to implement. So here you have some results. In a general way, it was a well-appreciated game, but as I said, we need to deepen the explanation. And here you have the keyword they use to describe the experience they felt at the moment when they were using the game. But I think I've talked enough, and like we say, a picture is better, well, worth 1,000 words. So here I show you the demo. So at the beginning you have the explanation, the scenario. I know you do not have the time to read all, but just like that you can understand the concept. So the student can download the indication. So it's an accounting exercise. There is clues. So all you see are just pictures that we've taken with our phone. So it's really basic, as you can see. But it's the aim of the project that it's accessible to everyone. There is like puzzles, enigmas. We really wanted to make a mix between a concrete accounting exercise and some kind of fun puzzles, because we remain in an escape game. So the students have an indication, they have to make a calculation on an accounting basis, and generally it gives the code to open the next door. Here this is a trap because the student cannot leave the trash can picture without answering the question. And as we are in a teaching concept, there is the explanation of the short exercise. Each time there is an exercise or a question. And we had some part of the scenario. Well, it was a really basic scenario, but we really tried to feel the students like they are in an atmosphere of an escape game. So. So this is the final room, with the most complicated exercise, the most complicated question to answer. With the name on the t-shirt, they need to create the question. Yeah, well, to find the question, who is still an accounting question, they make the calculation. So this is words to create. With the words they can like see the question, then with the number they get on the indication they can make the calculation, and the result is the code to pass the last door. Still the small explanation like for teaching purpose, and they win. Well, we hope they win. there. So I don't know if you like accounting exercise, but I invite you to test by yourself the game during the break. I will be upstairs. And now I'm just here to answer your question.
Okay, thank you. Kevin. Is there someone who wants to question?
What was the success rate? Did your players succeed the game? Did you know? Do you know whether they did?
In average, it was 30 minutes.
Okay.
We give them 1 hour maximum, but they need a half of time, so we need to rethink the difficulty of the game.
Okay, well, that's good. And just a side note, I see some of the answers are words.
Yeah.
Like, were you very? Was it very specific?
Yeah, it was a challenge for a web developer because he had to do like, you can make a space before, a space after. It can be upper letter, like smaller letter. So yeah, it's a challenge for the web developer. Right?
Many thanks for your talk. I was wondering, in terms of numbers, you provide a small survey, but you don't say how many people there's, like N was equal to like 10, 100 people testing it?
Well, you mean for the results of the feedback?
Because when you give, like, I think it's page 5 or slide 5.
Well, it was about 30 students.
30 students, okay, thank you.
And you have just a percentage, but as I said, we really need to deepen the feedback because we were on a rush to present something here today, but I don't know if we can really make something from this feedback. We really need to conduct some qualitative interview to ask them really why they like it, why they don't like it, what was missing, what can we do to improve the game. So.
And because your game is based on pictures, how many pictures you had to take? Because we did a prototype like this, and we were amazed by the number of pictures we had, like almost 400, and it seems to be there's only 10 when you are playing it.
I'm sorry, I don't really hear you, but
have
we have like 4 pictures of room. Like you see the first door, the locker rooms, and the gym field at the end. And then each object is a picture. Okay. So each t-shirt was a picture, the trash was a picture, there were like some balls.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Another question? I have one. If I have good understood, this is only a navigator game. You can play through the navigator only. Do you imagine another platform like AR support?
Well, I cannot say no because it's just the beginning of the project and we didn't think about the next step, the next version. It will be a great first step just to improve this first version with the navigator, and then we think about what we can do better.
Because we can help you if you want.
Okay, I understand the future collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your talk, Perrine.